Listen, if you are looking to make big bucks as a field inspector, then you have come to the right place. In order to really be successful as a notary signing agent, as a mobile notary, period, you have to know how to diversify your income. You guys, I have over 4 streams of income just from being a notary, and I want you to be successful as well. So today we have a very special guest. I met Stephane Russo. I met her at the Loan Signing System Conference in January of 2025. We actually met at a meetup, and I don't think either one of us was from the state where the meetup was happening, but it's all good. We still was out there networking, hanging out, swapping information, giving business cards, meeting signing service owners, and we truly connected. So once she told me, she handed me her business card, and on the back of her business card, she had information downloadable, which the link is in the description, of how you can become a field inspection agent. And so I said, oh, I need to interview you. My people would love you. I got to interview you. And so we talked, we connected. And so here we are today. So again, if you want more information, first, let me say who I am. If you want more information on me, 𝘂𝗍𝗍, your notary mentor, you can go to notarypublicwebinars.com, where you can get free access to my webinar, the Notary Signing Agent Success webinar. It's about 45 minutes to an hour, and it'll teach you the entirety about the industry. You don't want to go into something, making an investment, becoming a mobile notary, and being ignorant. That's not going to set you up for success. Knowledge will set you up for success. Knowledge, and then take action. Execute. Remember, we always talk about executing the information that you receive, so that way you can pave your financial path and your financial way and be successful as a mobile notary. So without further ado, I want to bring on my new friend, Stephane Russo. Hey, Stephane, how you doing today in sunny California?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for having me. You're
Awesome.
to talk about one of my favorite things, so I'm glad to be here.
Okay, yes, and I'm so happy that you accepted my invitation to join us on Mobile Notaries of America. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right. So, as you mentioned, my name is Stephanie, and I am located in Fresno, California. I've been a commissioned notary since the end of 2021, and I do it full time. So I jumped in full time straight from the beginning. I knew this was going to be my path to, for the rest of my future. So I just jumped 2 feet in. And so then after about a year and a half or so, I created a signing service because I became so busy that I wasn't able to manage all the calls I was getting. So I started a signing service, which is called Notary Headquarters. So we're based here, of course, in Fresno, but we service people across the country. We try to focus on estate planning and loan documents also.
Okay, wonderful. So previous to becoming a notary signing agent and being a signing service owner, congratulations. You guys, she was awarded at the Loan Signing System Conference for starting her signing service. Yay. So she is official. Okay. So if you are in Fresno, make sure that you check her out, Notary Headquarters. So let me ask you, before you became a notary signing agent, what was your background? What was your profession?
So I was a nursing home administrator. So I did that for, I don't know, 20, I was in the healthcare industry for about 20 years. And then at one point I became a nursing home administrator. And all of that kind of prompted me to want to be a notary once I decided I didn't want to be an administrator anymore, because I used to see families that would come in and their loved one was ill, possibly getting ready to pass away. They didn't have documents that they needed. No one had the power of attorney, things of that nature. There were siblings were battling it out, who's going to do what, and those are hard times. And and they couldn't find a notary because at that time mobile notaries weren't like the big thing. So it was tough, and I would see that, and it was hard as the administrator to have to watch these families struggle. So that's why I became a notary, and I said, I want to help these families and provide mobile service. So that's why I kind of started my focus on estate planning and those kind of documents.
Oh, I love that. And one of the reasons why I could tell why you're so successful in what you do is because you have an actual passion. It wasn't just about the money for you, it's actually wanting to serve your community, be of good service, right? And so, how was that transition going from a nursing home administrator full time, which I'm sure was a very demanding career, to becoming a full time notary signing agent and field inspector? How was that transition?
It actually was very smooth. Yeah, so when and I still use my nursing home experience because we come across so many different people in our business, and so a lot of times people have questions. People need help, and when you're in a loan signing appointment, we start talking about all kinds of stuff, and
Yes,
then
you
some.
do. You make a lot of friends.
Right. And random things come up all of a sudden, and it could have started as a joke and we're all laughing and then someone says something. I'm like, you know what? I know I worked in this industry. I can help you with that, or I can give you a suggestion, things like that. So I can pull from my past experience and I bring that into this business. So it really has been very helpful.
Absolutely. I was telling someone the other day, I'm sitting at the loan closing table and it's a young guy. He's in his early 20s, just moved here from another state. And he was having some relationship issues. And he was like, let me ask you, what do you think of this? And what do you think of this? And here I am being a whole therapist and a relationship guide.
Right.
And
But
we're
also,
doing his loan closing, right?
and then sign here.
Okay, and don't forget, yep, sign there, initial there, and all of those things. And I'm like, yeah, you meet so many wonderful people, and then you also meet people in distress and that people that need help.
Oh.
So, with you doing loan signings, how did you discover or come upon being a field inspection agent?
So I think I heard it online somewhere at some training, and I have two college age student children at the time, and so I said, you know what, they need a little extra cash in their pockets when they're off at school, and I was newly as a notary, so the income you're just getting started, right? So
Right.
I found field inspections to be able to help me to send them a little extra cash and so that they have something every week. And a lot of these companies pay you weekly, so that made it a lot easier, less of a burden for me.
Now that's something to say. There is nothing more powerful than a motivated mommy.
That's right.
A
Right.
motivated mommy will go to the ends of the earth and do whatever she has to do to ensure that her children are provided for and that are comfortable because you guys, college is really expensive. So
Exactly.
that's a beautiful story. And so how did you end it up? So what was like your first field? Oh, by the way, for those of you who don't know what a field inspector is, can you give us some more detail on that?
Sure. So a field inspector is someone that goes out and assesses properties for maybe insurance companies, auto companies, collection agencies. I mean, there's so many mortgage companies. There's so many different industries that utilize a field inspector. That's why this industry it's endless. It's
Okay.
endless. You can do so much with it. So you go out, you take pictures of the property. You may talk to someone about it, what's going on, and just assess what's going on at the situation. There's, like I said, there's different types. If it's a car, you might be looking for the car. They call those car chases.
Oh,
So it
people
sounded
that stop
funny.
paying their car note, you got to go and see.
Yes.
Okay, and how is that? What's your experience with the chasing down the cars?
Well, luckily, I don't have to actually chase them down, but they call it a car chase. Only one. Well, we'll probably get into it, but yeah, there's some stories. There's lots of stories in this industry.
Okay, that's one thing you're never bored.
No, no,
It's
and
always
never
a
shocked.
story.
You're never shocked. You're like, well, maybe you're always shocked. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I have some times where I'm like, oh my Lord. Okay. Well, just those unexpected things because you're dealing with the public. And
Right.
so how did you able so let me ask you this. What was one of your most memorable experience as a field inspecting agent?
Um, you know, well, I don't know. They're all what I like about being a field inspector is that I can work it into my notary business.
Yes.
Even though I started by wanting to send money to my children, my main focus is my notary business.
Okay.
And well, the best part about field inspections is I can wrap it around any other notary assignments that I have. So the flexibility is my best thing for field inspections.
Okay, so you love the flexibility about it. And how did you end up so how did you actually start taking action on it? Like what website or what company did you first connect with to build up your field inspection business?
Yeah, so the first one that I signed up with was a company called We Go Look.
Okay.
Okay, they have an app, so you could just go to wegolook.com and then download the app. They have a short little training that they provide. And so I started with that one, and it was so easy. I was like, I can't believe, no, I made how much money just in like 15 minutes, you
Really?
know? So, yeah, so I was like, okay, so I just really stuck with them for a while. And then slowly I would research more and more, and I found more companies and more companies, heard people talking about them online. So I'd sign up and I try. Many companies are nationwide, which
Okay.
is again, you can work anywhere. You can work anywhere. So then I just slowly continue to pick up different companies and find the ones I liked. I kind of flip-flopped, and I like this, I don't like this. And so you figure out which ones work for you and work for your business. Again, with notary being my focus.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, definitely. So this can be a great supplemental. And hey, it all depends on how you want to run your business. If you want to have a full-on field inspection business, I mean, go for it. But if you still want to be a notary, that's what you like to do. But, during times where, because like in any business, it can be some months you're hot, some months are just maybe just a little slower. That's when you got to pick up your marketing, start investing in other strategies, and being a field inspector can be one of them. So on average, how much would you say field inspection jobs go for?
So it can vary. Let's start with that. And it can vary across the country and in your location.
Okay.
There are some that may start at $5. And then there are some that go, I've been paid $700. So it can vary
Say
depending
what
on
now? Repeat that.
from $5 up to $700. So it depends on the company. It depends on the assignment. It could depend on the location, but just like if you're a notary, you all know that we have to learn how to build relationships.
Absolutely.
Right? So you want to build relationships and you want to become the expert in what you're doing. So many times I've worked with this particular company, and I've had to do something like look at the tires and look at the brake system of this vehicle, and things like that. And sometimes they're like, "You're the first person that knew how to do this and that and read this and that." So again, you want to become an expert at what you're doing.
Okay.
Uh, and even though it's kind of it may be considered a side gig for you, but you want to master it because then they're calling you all the time.
Exactly. And then that $5, that $20, that whatever, it builds up. And before you know, like you were telling me, you make enough just in your field inspections to pay a major life bill.
Exactly.
So compound, little here, little there, little there, and before you know it, you're making an extra 1,000, 2,000, however much a month in just field inspections on top of the notary business. So for that $700 job, for what you can talk about it, what did it entail? Like, what did you have to do for that one?
Sure. So this is to those that say, I live in a rural area, which I live in a rural area, and they say there's no work here for me. So I went out to it was farm equipment. And so I went out to the farm equipment. It was lots of equipment. So don't think it didn't take 5 minutes. So let
Okay, of
me,
course not.
but we went out, we took photos of the farm equipment, measurements of the tires, different photos, videos of the equipment working. And this was all for their insurance company. So they wanted to make sure that the equipment was there, so that they could price their insurance package properly. So and it took several hours, but that was it. That was it. Just taking pictures and measurements of the tires and things like that. So
And $700.
it's $700.
And how soon did you get paid on that job?
They pay at the beginning of the next month.
Come on here. So
Yes,
less than 30 days.
less than 30 days.
$700. Wow,
Yep.
that's amazing. So what would you say are like maybe your top two companies to do field inspections for, and why?
So I'm gonna say I say the top, not my top two, but if you're starting out as a
Okay.
field inspector, as I mentioned, We Go Look, because they guide you 100%. They have an app. It shows you what pictures to take. It tells you how to do the measurements. Even if they say, take a picture at this angle, they have an example of that, what they want you to take. So if you're new at this, that's what you want to look at. The other one I like to talk about is 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, and it's 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. They have an app also. This one, they have a variety of types of jobs, but they're quick. Some of them are lower paying, and you get paid within 24 hours. So if you're looking to make some quick money, 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 as like the best for that. And I forgot to mention, We Go Look pays every Friday. So
Okay.
everything you would do by this Friday, you'll get paid the next Friday.
Listen
So
here.
that's why those are my top two for you to start with.
Okay, all right. And so you gave us the top two companies. You guys make sure that you go, that you check it out, that you do your research. I mean, being able to be paid 24 hours. So if that emergency bill comes up or something comes up and you need money right now, what you say? We view it. What you say it was?
𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, and
𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. They have an app. You know, there's literally no reason for your business not to flourish if you put in the consistent effort, you do your research, and you provide excellent service. The relationships will come. And so you've already given us some tips for if you're just starting out. Now, how would you say for those that may be a little apprehensive because they're fearful or whatever have you, what is the suggestion that you would have for them to conquer the fear and go and try field inspections?
You just have to, if you're here and you're a notary, you go into people's houses all the time. You
All the
sit
time.
with them and you sit there for an hour, right, on average, to talk to them about whatever's going on. So a lot of field inspections, you're going to call them and schedule that appointment. So it's going to be the same thing. You're going to go in, you're going to talk to them, and you're the expert. Remember that. You're the expert. You're the one that had the training on what you're going in there to do. And they're pretty much just going to follow you around. Right? So you have your list of what you're supposed to be taking pictures of or looking at or whatever or questions you're supposed to ask. So you have your cheat sheet. So you don't have, there's nothing for you to really worry about. For those that are worried about safety, because that does come up, people worry about safety going into people's homes. Again, as notaries, we're used to that. But depending on the companies you work for, they know who these people are. They may be their insured clients or something like that. And you're going to call and schedule. So those, just go in and do your job and things like that. There are some other ones where you might go into abandoned homes. You always want to, of course, practice safety, keep the door open, make sure someone knows where you're at. I believe in preparing your documents that you need to take with you out of the car, but prepare them before you get to that house or to that neighborhood. So when you get there, you can get out your car, get to where you have to do it, whatever you have to do, and then get back in the car. So you always want to be safe, of course, look around, things like that. I also recommend that you wear like a yellow vest, like a safety vest, so that other people know that you're there for business. You're not there, trying to see who lives there. You're not just roaming around.
You're not breaking in.
Because now everybody has a camera. Everyone. I'm waiting to see my car and my face on one of those next door apps. That who's this person in the neighborhood, right? I'm just waiting. I'm in every neighborhood around here. So you want to just practice safety and know what your job is, what you're there for, and things like that.
That is amazing tips. And I love the yellow vest, right? Just to let people know you're here on assignment, because I've had that where I do business with, have you heard of Ashroom?
Yes.
Yes. Do you do Ashroom?
I'm just beginning with them. So I'll have to come back next time and tell you about them.
Okay, so I can tell you about Ashroom. I can tell y'all about Ashroom. I love Ashroom, and I'm gonna tell you why. Now, for those of you who don't know, Ashroom is a company. They actually found me on Google, and they called me and said, "Hey, we are going to be doing property inspections in your area. Would you be interested? It pays between here in the state of Oklahoma. I'm not sure what it is in California in your area, but here for a basic appraisal, it's what they call a desktop appraisal, where you just go to a house and you take panorama shots of every single room, the interior, the exterior. If there's a shed or a barn, you have to get panoramas of that as well. And they send you the equipment. They sent me the equipment for free because they needed appraisers in this area. And then they have more complicated, or another complicated one, where it's called a PDR. I can't think of what that stands for, but that's when you have to actually fill out a report about the condition of the property. Those range anywhere between $75 to $90, depending on the square footage of the home, as well as the distance that you have to travel. The desktop appraisals start at about $60 here. And I love working with them, first of all, because anytime my equipment breaks down or anything, they send me, I just let them know, they send me the equipment that I need. I get the tracking information. They pay on time. They pay every week. And the people that you're going back and forth with, they're very professional. They're very patient. They're very kind. And they just want to make sure that you do a good job. If they favor you, they won't even put it on the app to go out to the other appraisers. They'll call you directly and ask you if you want the jobs. So that's why I like working with Ashroom. How has been your experience with them thus far?
Yeah, so let me just comment on what you said. So back to what I said too earlier, you want to build that relationship and
Yes.
you want to be the expert at your business, because they're now reaching out to you to do the work. So when people, again, just like in notary work, when people say there's no business out there, it's oversaturated. No, you just have to put in the work. And as we're talking about Ashroom, you've done that, right? Now they're
Yes.
calling you directly. They're like, hey, we want you. You're the expert in your area. So someone else is sitting over there next door talking about, Ashroom hasn't called me. Yeah, because you didn't build up the relationship and
Exactly.
you didn't become the expert at your field. So yeah, why would they continue to call you? So it's very important. So yes, my experience has been that they're very nice. They text you directly.
Yes.
It's not one of those, what do you call it, like the group text messages.
No.
Not auto generated. They're actually, the person is on the other side calling you. They're very personable, and they try their hardest to get you whatever you need and get you not assignments that are too far away from you. They're fairly close in your area, and yeah, and they pay very well.
Yes, exactly. And the only thing is, but which I totally understand. So one tip I want to give you guys, if you have an Ashroom appointment, is to give yourself at least 1 hour to do the job. Why? Because you can't leave the property until they review all of your panoramas, and you have to be there to answer any of their questions. And don't worry, you're not going to be sitting there for 20, 30 minutes waiting. They usually respond within 5 to 10 minutes after you tell them the job has been complete. So they are very time conscious, they're very efficient, and they also just want to make sure that you're doing a good job for their clients. So I love Ashroom. You see, Stephanie has had great experiences with Ashroom. And so let's talk about a little bit about your book, you guys. Yes, she has a book on field inspections. You want to make sure that you go ahead and purchase it, and purchase it as soon as possible. Once you make up in your mind, you're ready to execute and add this to your notary business. So let's talk about your book, Stephanie.
Well, thank you. So it is called Field Inspections for Notaries. So I specifically directed it to notaries because, of course, I'm a notary and I want you to know how to diversify and how to grow your income. Within the book, it talks about what we just talked about: safety things. We talk about equipment, any tools you need. And mind you, anyone can be a field inspector. You do not have to be a notary. You just have to be 18 and have to have the ability to get to the assignment, but
Right.
anyone can do it. And I say that to add in that my mother also does field
Oh,
inspections. She is 80 years old. I'm proud to say that she's 80 years old. I don't know if she wants me to tell everyone, but she is. And she does field inspections just to give her something to do, to keep her busy. So it's a great
beautiful.
for seniors to do, anyone that's retired. It doesn't take any heavy lifting or anything like that. So anyway, so I digress. But so we talk about that: the safety, the tools you need, who can do them, the different types of assignments there are. There again, as you just heard 𝗀𝗿 say, that there's real estate ones. There's so many different types that you can get involved in. So we talk about that, but also how to include it into your business. how to, if you have an assignment that, sometimes we get low offers, right? From signing service and
Right,
things
right.
like that. But let's just say you get a $75 signing to go to, but how do you add a field inspection to that in the same area? Right. So we talk about that in the book, so that now that $75 for that one area could now be $200,
Come
right?
on.
The same few minutes of each other. So we talk about, cover all of that information. And then there's a list of 50 plus companies that you can sign up for. So in those companies, I have gone through those companies. Some of them are not in my area. So mind you, they're not everywhere. Most of them are nationwide though. So you jump in. And then I've also learned which ones I like, which things I don't like, which things work within my business, which things don't. So you want to sign up with more than one. I believe you should sign up with several, and then that's how you're going to see your money grow. And it's so flexible that it'll be easy to maneuver 10 of them at a time.
So just like with notary assignments, when you say they're flexible, so you get the offers just like you would for a loan signing. Like, how does
Yes.
that process work?
So every company is different.
Okay.
So if they have an app, you might get a text or you might get a notification through the app. Some companies, they'll send you an email. Some you just have to log in periodically and check. Sometimes they call you. So it varies between the different companies. So
Okay.
you just have to be on your toes, just like your notary notifications. You just want to have all your notifications on, all your alerts on, and be listening to them and call them. I work with a company that if I'm going to a particular area, I'll say, hey, that's out of my norm. For a notary appointment, I'll say, hey, I'm going to be on Thursday. I'm going to be in this area. If you have anything on Thursday, I'll take them.
Come
And then they,
on.
yes, because it's hard to, like, I live in the Yosemite National Park Valley.
Oh,
So some people don't like to drive up to the mountain, but
right.
I'm going. So I call them and I say, hey, I'm going to be up there on this day, send me any appointments you have. So then I schedule my day around that. So I could change that one loan signing into a bunch of those. And you could also do it reverse. You could call the field inspection company and tell them, you're going to be there, and then take all their assignments, and then call a loan signing company and say, hey, I'm going to be up there if you guys have anything. So
Wow.
talk about the tips, how you can include this into your notary business.
So there was some really major nuggets in there about being a business owner, right? So you want to definitely take action. You want to be aggressive. You want to build relationships. You guys, I hope that you have out your notepad and your pen or whatever, your note-taking device, and getting all of this good information from this successful notary signing agent and field inspector. So how can people actually purchase your book?
Okay, so it's you can go to notary10x.com and you can order it from there. And I believe in Notary 10x because we all want to 10x our business, and
Yeah.
so that's why it's called that. And this is just the first step that I've created for you to grow your business. So yeah, you can go there. You can also catch me on social media at the same Notary 10x.
Okay, and which social media platforms are you on?
I'm on TikTok and Instagram. Oh, and
Okay.
Facebook.
Okay, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Notary 10X. Go to notary10x.com. Of course, the link is in the description, so that way you can purchase Stephanie's book. She also has a free downloadable guide, and talk a little bit about that as well.
Yeah, so that's just for someone that it wants a little more information
Okay.
about doing field inspections. But this conversation in this video will tell you more than even that guide will tell you. So just listen to this, repeat it, and take notes from this.
Absolutely. So as we wrap this up, thank you so much. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And there was one question that I had wanted to ask you as well. So the first question is, how did you build up your notary signing agent business?
So like I mentioned, I became so busy because I took a course and I followed the steps in the course. And so I became so busy that I couldn't do it anymore. I was getting phone calls from my Google business profile. I was getting title companies contacting me, signing services contacting me. And so I was like, you know what? I need to help people. And so what I was doing was I was taking all the work that came from the signing services and the title companies and all my general notary work, I was giving out to my local notaries.
Mhm.
And so that's kind of what kind of sparked it all. I was like, I can't take all of these things, all these phone calls. So
Mhm.
I was able to start giving them away to them. And then I wasn't even taking any cut from that. And so I was giving them away. And then after a while, I was like, you know what? I could be a signing service. So
Okay,
there,
and get your cut.
that's right. That's how.
Okay, so and let's say 5 years from now, where do you see Russo Notaries?
So 5 years from now, I would like to have a larger signing service and have people helping me run it. So eventually, I want to hire some schedulers because I hope to be that busy that I'm not able to do it. We're already starting to bring in field inspection companies. So, if you find out, you can sign up with me, and then I'm going to be giving out the field inspection assignments. So right now, that's kind of the focus this year is building my field inspecting kind of agency also.
Oh,
So we're
fun.
always growing, always growing.
Yes, I love it. I am so inspired right now. I'm like, I'm not doing enough. I got
You do enough. You do enough. And
you're right. You're
I
right.
think if anyone was at the conference, the notary conference
Yes.
we met at earlier this year, you left inspired to do more and to grow and things like that. So don't stop. That's
Yes.
don't stop.
It's so inspiring when you see when you actually because you see the people online and you hear that this one did 154,000 a year and this one have $1 million signing agency and then you meet them, you're like, wait, but they're humans.
Uh-huh.
They're they're just like me. They took the same course. The
Exactly.
difference is the execution. Of course, you gotta have some type of faith, some type of belief. You got whether it's believing in yourself, you have to have something to help motivate you and push you along to get to your goals. And I was just thinking, oh my goodness, I can do this.
That's right.
We
That's
can do this. You can do this. Viewer, you can do this. And so, do you operate nationwide or just in the Fresno, California area?
Nope, nationwide, nationwide. So,
Okay.
so connect with me. I'm on the Notary Dash platform. So if you're on there, you can contact me through that, and let's connect. I'm
So
always
Notary Educators is how they can find your profile for Notary Dash.
no, 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 no.
Okay, so
So
how can they?
so if you want to. If you want to contact me, you can contact me through the notary10x.com, and then
Okay,
we can talk from there, and
okay.
I'll let you know all the other stuff that we have going on around here.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Stephanie. This has truly been an honor, a pleasure. I'm always excited and inspired after we talk. And again, you guys go ahead and purchase her book, Field Inspections for Notary Agents. Is that what you called it?
Yes,
Yeah,
correct.
nice and simple. Yeah, I love that. So go ahead, purchase her book, connect with her, follow her on social media. As you guys can see, she is a wealth of knowledge. And thank you, thank you, thank you so much for joining us for today. So you guys make sure that you go ahead, you like, you comment, you subscribe, you send this out to your other notary signing agent friends, and let's build powerful, successful businesses together. Until next time, 𝘀𝗿, your notary mentor here, signing out. Bye-bye.